I don't fuck with your dog, you too high, get the glizzy. If I tell my niggas rock out, they get busy. Be spinning the bin on your block till you dizzy. My bitch with the friendly, but she ain't too friendly. I woke up and pray for the Lord to forgive me. I'm not a drug dealer, but you can get with me. He don't get no green, but he green full of envy. I pray for the Lord, keep them demons from near me. You hear me? 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 You with me? You with me? You hear me? You hear me? Lil' mama faithful, she looks like I'm a cheetah print. I love them Tiger stripes, I found them cheetah prints. Pay for the movie and stay for the show. If you got a roll, shit, I'm trying to see it then. I'm on my back, get it straight off the duffel. Get off your ass, get it straight off the muscle. If you ain't family, then no, I can't trust you. This is a marathon, you better hustle. A long way, no pee-wee. Good gas, shut off the boat, no seaweed. Good gas, what do we smoke that kiwi? Just cause I give you a quart, ain't no free beer. Got about 100 in the bag, you see. Shawty wanna touch, she see it, it's shawty. Shawty wanna fuck in the shower on me. Shawty gon' clean the whole queer like Consuela. Singing with song, baby, Guantanamela. Oh, that's your hoe, I don't know what to tell her. Shawty says she wanna fuck at Mochella. I kill your dog, now I'm cruel as Cruella. You in the verse, that's 500 or better. Hey, don't ask about a lady, nigga, I was on the road. Don't ask about a hoe, I was on the road. You hear me? 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 You with me? You with me? You hear me? You hear me? You hear me?
That's a Kill VCR. Yeah. Kill VCR made recent waves on the Jigaboo circuit. He had a particular old head digest the music and he didn't like it. But we like a Kill, man. Kill's cool people. We gonna get it started today. I'm my co-people. I'm letting them get started so we dragging it out. We burning miles today. I'm here to burn miles. So I need to know how many people need to burn miles. How many people need to burn miles? Make sure you go follow a Kill VCR on IG where you'll find all the ways to stream the music that you hear here on the Burning Miles show. Make sure you tell them Trucker Brown sent you. You know you do it when you hit the Jigaboo charts. And the coons start reviewing your music with masks on in the dark like rapists. Oop, did I say predator? Let's go. Peace to the God, the rebirth, and the re-education for the nation. I was only going for 3-4 days. People raping people, ain't that a bitch? They proud of balls.
Hey, I ain't tryna hang on the Kiki. I got 3 phones and one of them cricky. Tryna see who can stack it the quickest. Is that dope for your nose with a piggy? He be loving these hoes, he'll pick me. I be proud of my pennies like Sticky.
Bet I give him 9 shots like he fit. Let's got me a drum and that bitch on the fit. New diamonds on me, they dancing like whip. A new different world in my bitch like whip.
Tell him stop calling.
But that's like a hickey. Head on the swivel, cause niggas is shitty. I'm on my bad.
I'm back though.
I'm sorry, baby, I gotta be picky.
I'm sorry, little baby, I gotta be choosing, cause I'm really winning my shit I'm pursuing. I just came home and you niggas the stupid might pull up with keys in the rape, not the bitch. Pull up the show and tell me the door. We came with your bitch and we about to run the
park. Yeah, I pull over a euro.
Nigga might paint the whole block like a mural. I be outside everywhere cause I'm
thorough.
Calling my dog, you gon' spin
in the beat drop.
Break out the I got custom apparel. Some of the shit on my clothes got a smear. I feel like Dino, I need the De Niro. Zero, I touch to a hit. I'm understanding.
Honestly. Yo. Oh, Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you. I'm back, y'all. Hill Mill. I know y'all thought I was gonna be gone forever, didn't I? He gonna go down there and get that job. He gonna be gone while you gonna sell out on you. Heavens sent Jesus Louises, y'all. I'm back. Dang, you're not a fan of the track. Cool. Bang, you're not a fan of your face. Go back to the coon. That's the point. The point is this. I leave, and we're going to get to the business eventually, but we burn them out. Can we talk? We family. We family. I leave. Go handle something. And it's like the Jigaboos just went to war. I said, dang, bro, that's terrible. I had to stop because, I felt bad, bro. I did. I felt bad. And since, you know, it ain't 2, I'm still waiting on someone to show up. We're gonna talk about it before we get into the real stuff. If you stay out of the way of jigaboos, they eat each other. They eat each other. That's why I try to warn y'all about the Kunanomics. I try to hip y'all to the re-education. Why do they eat each other, Trucker Brown? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'll speak on that. I'll speak on that. Should I speak on that? Should I be quiet or should I just get straight to it? Y'all let me know. Right? I don't know why you're asking. Law, I ain't the police. Ooh, I said it. Let me be quiet. Listen, the coons gonna eat themselves. They're going to eat themselves. And let me tell you why. Because it's a self-hate thing. It's a self-hate thing. You understand? They literally hate themselves. They can't help it. But you're basic by nature. Honestly. Up down the road. They literally, first of all, can y'all hear me? Is my sound good? Well, the police done showed up. You messing with the police. Yo, I've been going and I just watched the beef. I'm getting notifications of beef and notification of Smitty blowing people. It's a mess. And I looked at it and I was like, see? You see that? When you stop engaging, the ignorant eats each other. Thank you. The ignorant eat each other. Listen, what is the lesson we learned from the jigaboos and codes and the people who are just deciding to be willfully ignorant? What do we learn from them? I'll tell you. I'll tell you what we learned from them. We learn that when you stop trying to learn, you must entertain yourself. And you entertain yourself, okay? Listen, you entertain yourself by jumping from negative thing to negative thing to coon to coon. That's how you entertain yourself. Okay? That's how you entertain yourself. Christopher R. Now I gotta block you, dude. Don't do that. Don't do it. The sound isn't that good. I got the whole board here with the Joe Rogan mic. My sound still ain't that good. But you over there listening to people just talking into their phone. Ain't this something? Boo! Can you check my sound, please? I didn't know if I need to block this person. I'm trying to, you feel me? Honestly. I'm trying to burn miles, man. I know y'all got places to be, don't? How I sound? That sound good? Thank you. All right, that's strike one, Christopher. Oh, snap. Yes. Yeah. I already told you it's a bunch of man-child. And that's a fact. Okay, there's a reason. Let's look at it as high school, honestly. In the days of old, okay, because we are definitely, we're talking about in the days of old. In the days of old, right? We used to, or people used to, you cut the sound down now, baby, it's gonna bleed over. We used to pick on the dude who liked to work. Y'all remember high school? You remember high school? Give me a show of hands in high school. Baby, you can turn it down now, it's gonna bleed over. It's, in high school, there were people who loved science, who loved astronomy, who loved looking at the stars. It's people who love looking at the stars. That's all they looked at all day. And they had fun. They did everything they were supposed to do. All right? They did everything they were supposed to do. And then all we did, our kids did, we came up with names for them back in the 80s and 90s. What was the names for these people who like to learn? Who didn't want to get in trouble, who liked to learn, who focused on their studies? What was the name for them? We came up with it. Dork, geek, right? Dork, geek, everything like that. We came up with these names. You're a nerd. These are the names we came up with for these people. And I'm saying we because because everybody participated in it if they weren't the ones being called these names. Piece of the got to revert. Fast forward 25 years. Who owns all the tech companies? Who's owning all the tech companies? Who's the supervisors at your IT company? Who's the supervisor at your company? Who is the DMs? Who are the DMs at your trucking company? The dudes, dude never drove a truck before, sounds super corporate. Who's the DM at your company? Who's the safety manager at your company? Who's the stock analyst? I'm gonna let y'all digest this because y'all tell me if I'm wrong on something. I see you, King Dick. Brandy Smith has those same lanes. The super popular kids that was jigabooing, right? Worrying about all this stuff. Those are the cannon fodder, the workers, the precarious, the precariat, the people who live increasingly precarious. In other words, they are the manual labor force. Yeah. Isn't that Revenge of the Nerds? They were picked on, they were ridiculed, were they not? Picked on and ridiculed. You this, you that, blah, 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 forget about it, all this type of stuff. They were. By a jigaboo as the ones who may throw shade at this channel in the same way. They use the same rhetoric. I don't know how they're using it dang near 50 years old, but they use the same rhetoric. And not getting that, dude. The nerds won the world. The nerds won the world, bro. The richest man, the most influential man in the world is a nerd. The second influential one is a nerd. And the third influential one is a nerd. Bezos, Gates, Musk. Am I the only one who came up with it? Did any of y'all put that together on your own? Did anyone come up with that on their own? So when y'all are running around scared, you're scared of certain, we'll call bully channels. Because bully, let's be real, out of all the kids in the school, bully is the most pathetic position. That's usually the one getting his booty played with. That's the one displacing their blame on other kids because they have no power in the house. Because I don't know when they came up with this. Did anyone just think of this in their own maturing in life? So when I tell you, when you get to trucking school, you need to go near the people who like to study. Because listen, trucking school is All it is high school. Bro. There's people click up. They click up, bro. They click up with the attractive people. They click up with the know-it-alls. They click up with where you going? They click up with freaking the people who study. They click up with the people who don't study. They click up with the people who smoke cigarettes outside after every class. Boom. They click up with the person not paying attention in class. As in high school, the cool kids are the ones who had sex first. In trucking school, the cool kids are the ones sneaking off to have sex. Right? It's the same cycle. And those usually, when you go through an orientation and or training, usually when you get down to the point where you got to take the test, those are the people who do not know the answers and they end up having to take the CDL test more than once. You know, that's that person, testicle adjustment, we realize it. That's that person. That's that person that fails the pre-trip. If you're failing the pre-trip, let's analyze it. If you're failing the pre-trip, right? If you're failing the pre-trip, then you flat out didn't study. It's not a skill thing. It's not a hand coordination thing like backing. You know, it's not a who you know thing. The pre-trip portion of you going through trucking school is 100% your ability to study. That's all it is. It's your ability to study. So if you fail it, two things happen. You have a reading comprehension problem, which is a real thing, or you didn't study in the first place. And you're out there smoking cigarettes, trading hood war stories at the place when everybody else was inside going over their tests, or they were hooking up with a nerd buddy and they were quizzing each other on it the whole 5 days before they had to get passed. That's just a flat out truth. That's the flat out truth. In trucking terms, those nerds who quiz themselves and all that kind of stuff, those are your E-Rogers, Lowe's, you know, those people. Married to the Mile, those are those people who are making way. Then you got the other side. you know, the other side. Can't get a bank account. Don't talk about the game because they never tried to learn it. Rather beef and jiggy online. And then you got that side. You as an adult should be able to discern. You should be able to put it together. You really should. Because Michael Deshawn Israel hit the cash. I appreciate that, Michael Deshawn. I appreciate you. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. You should be able to discern between, listen, on the Patreon, I've had people who leave for 2 weeks. This is no lie. And I keep everything, so definitely be posted. I have people who leave for 2 weeks. Right? They leave for 2 weeks. That's the link right there. And then they'll come back and be like, I shouldn't have left. Because I don't know what they're talking about there. In and out. Anthony Wilson says, I was studying with them, everybody. So true. Study, do your thing, Anthony Green. Get the studying done. That's how it works. And it works that way in other facets of life. Right now, we'll fast forward you to the point where you're in the truck. You're in the truck, and you have two options. You can drive and just entertain yourself. Jason says, This MF is spitting. Appreciate that, Jason. A little aggressive, but I appreciate that. Send money to the Cash App. I appreciate the love, bro. You're at the point where you can do two things for your 3-4 years in trucking. You have 11 hours a day. 11 hours a day to do what? Study. Once you hook the truck up and get the road to go down the county, all you got to do is ride, baby. So when y'all use the excuse of that the Jigabooonics is just entertainment, I'm here to debunk that. You had 11 hours to learn something. What I need to learn, get money. Nah, I mean, you had 11 hours to debunk. What do I need to learn? Well, do you understand figuring out your retirement is a 20-year study? Did you know that? Where you put your money at? Where you put your money? You should just be riding down the street just listening to money documentaries, just to understand the essence and how money actually works. Right? You didn't do that. You just rode and thought of what car you was going to buy and jiggle it. That's all you did. Of course, you driving down the street learning about your health, and I can't do this forever because my health is going to fall out. Now, I mean, people, they hit the health wall and like, why didn't anybody tell me? You were in the truck 10, 15 years with 11 hours to listen to any audio book, any documentary, any podcast with some substance you could listen to, bro. But no one told me you listening to Coonin. But Coon ain't supposed to tell you because they don't know. Honestly, they do not know. They can't tell you something they don't know. All they can tell you is Coonin. That's all they can tell you. So you know everything about beefs and jiggabooing. But then when you get out, I can't live on Social Security. You ain't got no saving. You ain't starting no side business. You ain't did nothing. You just sat there and listened to crap and fed your brain crap for 15 years. And then you get out and you say the car, this is how I know you did it. If you get out and say, oh, I know how to do drive trucks, son, then there you go. There you go. Because you thought, oh, I'm done learning once I get the CDL. That's what you thought. That's what you thought. What's going on? So when I say certain things, that there's an exodus of people, and they're coming back to me. You know, I'll read the comment from the Rebirth. I'll go to my IG, which is The Real Trucker Brown. Mike Perry, in his first week of training, says, keep preaching. He said, roll. Nick Tom, Nick, I don't know how to say your name. Click. He says, TV told me to get my credit right. I stopped watching because I didn't like the energy. I wasted a whole year before I decided to actually get it right. Now here I am back listening to the truth on this thing. I'm ready. I know y'all think I made this is a real comment. It's not, I didn't make this up. It was on my IG. Wasted. Listen, the most valuable commodity in the world is time. That's it. Don't let them fool you. It isn't platinum. It ain't Rolls Royces. It isn't wheat bread. It ain't none of that. It is time. So that is the only thing they cannot artificially give you. Old man told me the two things you should be trying to acquire is time and land. As I get older and I add my own things to it, the three things you should be trying to acquire is health, time, and land. Okay? Health and time are technically the same thing because your health depends on how much time you got. Right? Land, that's the only thing they ain't making no more of. Well, they weren't. Now Florida is artificially making land license to have waterfront property. Now, the point is this. That's the only thing that you can't just get. It's gonna always go up. It's gonna always be good. You always need land. We don't got deals. This is why I call it the rebirth and the re-education. You don't got to be black to get this. You don't have to be black to get this. This is period. You know? You understand that? So when someone tells you learn something, this is I'm gonna tell you the trick. The trick is shit. See, sometimes I bore my old lady because I watch documentaries on top of documentaries, on top of listening to speeches, on top of all the time. Then read and researching the speech I just read and trying to cross-reference to see what's crap and what's not. That's just what I do. It's fun to me to do it. The best way for me to learn how to learn, the best way for me to get into learning was to make it fun. I have to make it fun. It has to be fun. It has to get to the point where, and the only way when it got fun to me is when the knowledge translated into actual proof in my life. You know, it's actual proof in my life. I'm down to 276. When I got out of the truck, I was 287 to 290. And the workout is cool, but really, predominantly, all of that is knowledge. All of that is knowing what to put in my mouth. Pause. That's it. It's knowing what to put in my mouth. It's changing my mind on what is poison and what isn't. That's all I did. That's all I did. What is poison, what is not poison. And I changed it around and figured out. And now when I look at a plate, and I don't need you to do this, I'm just using this as an example. When I look at a plate and y'all snaps, because I pay attention. In the beginning of this journey, because I am 21 days of doing what I'm doing, when I look at y'all plate, all I see is two colors, tan and brown. Like, just look at the plate. It's just tan and brown. And it registers to me as poison now. But when I first started, it was like, oh, that's gonna be good. You see that? That's gonna be great. That's hot sugar cooking. I like that. That is, whoo. With the hot sauce on it, ooh, put the extra Old Bay on it. That's why I was like, that is good. Salt in the drink, make sure it's extra sugar. So all I ate was sugar and salt. That's great. Oh, you got lobster, you see lobster? That's gonna be banging with that hot butter grease. That's awesome. 21 days of trying to eat, I'm just gonna say eating differently. I noticed that on my plate, there's a million colors in the plate. There's purples, blacks, yellows, there's greens, you understand? You know? You understand that? So now when I go to the snaps now and I see y'all eating what you're eating, which no hate. Okay? No hate. But that's what I see. I've changed my mental thinking. I did the same thing with what I was attracted to. As a youngin', I was attracted to the same thing every other coon was attracted to. Light skin, weave, overweight. Until I actually broke down and learned. It's just learning. That's why I think knowledge is power. That's it. That's the only thing in front of power is knowledge. It's the only thing in front of it. The only thing in front of you taking charge of your situation is knowing. That's it. That's why that's why I tell you the cliches are the best. Oh, it's just a cliche, but it became a cliche for a reason. Okay? If you knew better, you would do better. It's that simple. Yeah, I caught that camera. If you just knew better, you would do better. It's that simple. So if I see you not doing better, there's only one thing I can assume: you don't know better. You do not understand. You don't understand certain things. You don't understand that, dude, your drive ship ain't just about sitting there listening to music videos and conspiracy theories and all that. All day, that's all you listen to. Another thing is, if I'm telling you something, your inability to take in the information and you registering it. It's the same thing as a diabetic who's taking in food and it's storing it as fat instead of using it as energy. They're insulin deficient. When you take my information in, your inability to register it as a good thing to hear. You register it as I'm against you. I don't know you. That's one thing. I have no idea who you are. I don't know all of you personally. And let me tell you why you do register it as that, because there's no respect. Unequivocally, there's no respect. You don't, until you eventually respect me, you won't take my word as advice. That's just all that is. So when I say something to you, you rejected this. I disagree. This is how I'm spending. Then you go through trucking for about 2-3 years and you end up back. I'm gonna go on my own, and you keep getting molested over and over and over again. Then you finally just go back and just, all right, let me listen. And then from your experience of knowing what happened, when you start hearing me, then you eventually grow respect for me, then you stay. That's all that is. That's all that is. And naturally, if you have this color, naturally, we're taught not to respect each other anyway. That's the whole point, the Willie Lynch letter. Put the light and the dark against each other, the tall, the small, the big, the young, the old, the woman against the man, but the woman in the forefront. That's all that is. That's why I call it cooning. Because that's what it is. It's cooning. If you have an unnatural hate for something that looks like you in the mirror, that's all it is. So you will actually deny information. Right? You will deny information based on your country. That's it. Which is crazy because you have people of the other dominant society here listening and just writing it down. They don't need to comment. They don't need to be in mess, nothing. They just write down what they need to know. Go and get it back. It's that simple. And they don't indulge. They do not indulge. They don't. Even when I start off with the beating up on the gun. Because I know. Okay. It always ends in the teaching thing because that's innate. That's what I want to do, y'all. I want y'all, when you first get in here, I want you to understand that there's just as much BS as your neighborhood and high school in this industry. There's just as much ego, there's just as much bravado, there's just as much BS here. I want y'all to get that. I want y'all to get it. Because when I first came in, I didn't have nothing in this type of way. I just didn't have it. And I just ran my head against the walls. I figured it out. That was all it did. Wasted years. Some of them years. You know, that's why you hear old people say, if I knew what I knew now back then, that's because they would be way more efficient and way more prevalent in getting what they need done. And in contrast, they would be further along, they think. If I knew what I knew now back then, that puts you in this position. When I allow y'all to come on here and we talk and everything like that, and you hear certain things, and we go back to the back of it, because we're going to go to the Patreon private after this. And then we go to the Patreon and certain people speak and you take it along and then you start trucking school with all that stuff that we didn't start it with. That means your first 3 years are 10 times more potent than the person who didn't have it. They're 10 times more potent. That in itself is worth its weight in gold. I've had a new thing now where it's like I'm not trying to get anyone to a goal. I'm not trying to learn how to get to a. I'm not trying to learn how to achieve a specific goal. I'm trying to be proficient at goal achieving. I want to be a get to a goal expert in my life personally. So if I say I'm gonna get down to 230, I want to be proficient at doing that, where I can apply these principles to any goal I'm trying to do. I want to be a goal hitter. That's it. So any goal I dream up in my mind, I can hit that goal. Other words, and translate in Coon talk, any dream, a God sent opportunity, I can hit it. That's what I'm not interested in a specific goal anymore. I'm interested at being good at getting goals. That's it. Hitting goals. That's it. I want to be a professional goal hitter. That's how I feel. That's what I'm on. I ain't been giving people their props. Brandon Palmer, appreciate the love to the Cash App. Mike Peary says keep preaching. Eric Carter says dropping the big knowledge. I appreciate that for showing love. All the Patreon people, get the app. That's rule number one. And yes, when I go in there in private live, that's your time to call in and ask any of the people on the panel questions immediately head to head, face to face. And that's how that rolls. Now, one of the people. All right. Appreciate that, Anthony. And isn't that funny, Anthony, how that works? And let me tell you what that proves to you. It proves to you how many people watching you don't like it. It does. And my thing is, it's something I've come to accept. I've accepted this. I accept this now because it's like, you know, the world is sick as it is, bro. I mean, just look at any freaking news post or anything like that. Just look at it, bro. So it's like I accept it, but you gotta understand these people are really unhappy, dog. Like it's really the people who tear you down, the people who are leaving stupid comments, the people who will watch it every time it goes live and don't hit the like button. Those people are really unhappy. They're really, really unhappy. And there's a reason why I don't harp on it no more because, dude, I want y'all to soak in what I'm about to say to y'all right now. I want you to soak in. I want you to look directly into the camera. I'm as happy as I've been in 20 years. It's just a flat back truth, dude. I'm as happy as I've been in 20 years. I'm as healthy as I've been in 10 years. I'm as mentally healthy as I've been in my whole life. That's just a flat out truth. I get more gratification from the people that I help doing this than I ever could just worrying about making a bunch of money. I ain't the richest dude in the world. I'm not a lot of things, but it's the flat, dude, it's the truth. I mean, honestly, you see the sheen on my skin. My skin is glowing. You're gonna sit there and act like it's flawless when it is. Like, I can't help you. I can't help willful ignorance. I can't do it. I'm about as healthy as I'm gonna get, bro. And I'm to the point where I ain't asking God for nothing else. I'm that healthy. Like you said on Sunday, that good. I'm a legit content. I got as much peace as one could get in this modern world. That's how I feel. And how did you achieve it? I achieved it through trying to master disciplines and working on 4 or 5 different disciplines that add up to a trifecta of contentment. Don't ask me what they are because you ain't gonna do them. You ain't gonna do them. You're not going to do them. So I'm not gonna do them. Chingle vámonos. Rebrother relocation. I ain't gonna do it. I've heard people say, well, you know, TB, you're figuring your health out, give people advice. I haven't hit my health goals yet to be giving you advice on that. I can only tell you what I'm feeling and how it's making me feel right now, but I can't give you no real advice. Andrew sent, people turn your ego off and humble yourself. That's what Andrew just said to the camera. And there's a lot of things that would get me down back in the day. You know, I would be in the sleeper or in the front of the truck yelling and cussing. But dude, I don't have those things to be mad about. I'm not gonna be in the truck yelling and cussing in the sleeper in the dark with a mask on, calling somebody the police because their last name is Law. Like I can't, dude. That's so long. I can no longer fathom being there, even though I've been there before. So I know how it feels, but I don't even think about it. That's where I'm at. It's a beautiful feeling to just trying to do better. And that's pretty much the beginning of all of it. Of all of it. I work hard. I work on my health. I work on my relationship. I work on my whatever you want to call it, my energy, spirit, soul, whatever you use. I work on that every day. Every day. I work on my posture. I work on all of it. Every day, I work on my speaking, my vocabulary, my vernacular. I work on my of limiting my toxic rhetoric because we all have it. I work on it. That's the only secret there is, really. It's not no big deal. I work on myself. I work on myself. Yes, I work on myself. And I pay certain people who are very good in certain disciplines that I want. That's one of the processes to reaching a goal that I figured out. I pay the person who's had the goal. That's one part of the process. When I'm out here wondering what I need to do, I pay the vegan person, I pay the mental person, I pay the stretching person. I pay these people. I got dreams too. I don't tell you everything I'm doing. That's a fact. I work on my friendships. I work on, I make sure that I am conscious of that. When one of my friends call me and I did a video, the nice video, I support them. As Mo Williams says, I breathe life into them. I don't do that. You ain't gonna make that. You ain't real. I ain't doing that. I make sure whatever I give them is upward. You gonna be big. Oh, that's dope. That's going. Oh, you know what you should do? A, B, C, D, F, G. Work harder. Oh, I like when you did this. If I like something, I tell them. Half of you fools on here, we burn them out. Then we be real today. We be real today. We burn them out. Half of you fools on here who so-called think you're friends with somebody don't even know how to say that was dope. Don't even say that was dope. Because in your mind, you're in pseudo competition. Pseudo means fake. You're in pseudo competition with every single person you know. If you are in competition with me, you cannot be a friend of mine. You can't be a friend of mine. It's impossible. Okay? A person in competition with you is in translation. In translation, that is an enemy. That's an enemy. You cannot be in competition with me and not be an enemy. It's impossible. It can't be done. That's like being up and down. You can't do both. You cannot do both. I'm not even in competition with myself. So I feel like I would cheat myself out of something. I'm just not, bro. I'm just not. Andrew, people turn the egos off. I read that one. Transcending with P says, for you are officially the Kevin Samuels of trucking. I don't think so. I don't think so, because I'm not talking to you about how to get some coochie. So I don't see how I'm that. I know. I just want you to do this. Just do better, dude. Just do better. That's all you got to do. We've talked about the crazy stuff. I've done it. I've been on both sides, dog. I know what it is. I'm being real with you, dog. It's sunny over here. It's sunny. It feels good to wake up and not be droggy. It feels good to just genuinely feel better. It feels good to keep hitting goals every single week. It feels good. And I'm so elated about it. I have to come up here and talk to y'all about it. If I came on here and still talk to y'all about only negative, mean crap that I have to find, because I would have to literally look for it and find it. I don't have enough of it in my life to just sustain a channel on it. You understand that? I'll have to find it. I would have to do negative research to give it to you. I would have to. Yeah, I'd say the vegan thing, but you don't gotta be vegan, dude. There's people who are excellent shit about vegan. And listen, bro, that's your personal journey, man. It's your journey, dude. That's my new stuff. It's your journey. I'm telling you what works for me, what makes me feel good. Okay? That's all I'm telling you. You do what you want to do. Gaining more knowledge and living a better lifestyle makes me feel good. You do what you want to do. It's your journey, bro. But understand one thing here in doing business, okay? A part of my journey is I don't give much attention to people that I don't think that's trying to do better. You're not going to take up a large portion of my life because your vibration's too low. My vibrations are different. It's in a different place. So I can't be dealing with you all the time, because if I deal with you all the time, you're going to bring my vibration down. And I'm not feeling that. Because once I get my eyes on something, I'm going in to get it. It is what it is. That's how I feel. That is how I feel. That's why I say me working on my body is not just it's not a looks thing to me. It's to prove to myself I can do it. It's actually cracking the code into living a healthy life for a long period of time. It's a lifestyle change. It's not, there's no goal here where, I'm gonna get to 230 and stop. No, it's how much healthier can I get? I don't need to look at any side effects of being vegan because I've lived the side effects of not being. So that's stupid to say. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you need to look at the side effects of being vegan, but your grandmother died at 50. That's the side effects of not. How dumb do you have to be? The side effects of not is being a certain size. The side effects of not is having certain inflammation. Well, that's it to me. I'm not here to convert you. Because if you die early, it don't stop me. That's your business, dude. I don't care. It's not even, this isn't even a vegan channel. Y'all just attaching to that because you hate anything good. And I know that about y'all. I knew you would be offended, Curtis. I know that about y'all. Anything good or different, you attack. Like doing the same thing has been helping us for the past 5 generations. To actually realize your grandma was not supposed to die with a swollen ankle and barely being able to walk at 50. Are you serious? You think your grandma was just chosen to die at 50 years old with swollen ankles? No. Exactly. Change scares you. And I don't, listen, you being scared doesn't affect me. It does not affect me, dude. That's your inability to do what needs to be done. Or what needs to be done for your life. Apparently, being happy that way is for you. That's for you. I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying it's sunny over here to me. It is. It's sunny over here to me. And I know when y'all try to edit the content to match your stuff. That's not what this is. This content is actually what the deal is. And if it don't match you and it's uncomfortable, that means you're hearing something that you need to hear. That's all it means. That's all it means. Italy means that's all it means to me. They do curse, they do. And that can't escape me. Well, that's all I'm trying to do is do better. That's it. I'm not trying to be better than you. I'm just trying to do better, no matter what level that goes to. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. And instead of being selfish and just coming on here and just being a certain way, you being like, well, I just come out and did. Secret. Try to do better. Done. That's it. I don't need to write a book. I don't need to write a book. Do better. What's doing better? You already know. Everything that's making you comfortable, stop doing it. Done. Look how simple that is. All your comfort food, stop eating it. All your comfortable exercise, stop doing it. Do something worse that's not comfortable. Right, Curtis? I'm a sellout. That's a fact. I have not done the juice fast yet. I'm not a big faster. It's not for me. I don't. You know, I just put the right things in my mouth at the right portions, and I upped my exercise to 2 times of what they say you should be doing at the minimum. That's it. And I sit and I pay attention to my body and mind, and gauge my awareness and how good I think. I gauge my mood. I gauge my stamina to do stuff. I gauge my mobility, my stretching mobility, and it is 10 times better. It just is what it is. Right now, you're burning miles right now. You know, and if food is what food is what you are, and media is what your mind state is, that means that every single person on here that has a live platform is some sort of a doctor. They are affecting the brain waves and the gigahertz in your brain and the chemicals in your brain by talking to you. Words mean things. If they say words are spells, I can up your good feeling today, or I can up your stress just by what I say out of my mouth. It's to the point that people should have a license to do what I'm doing right now, talking to you. So if you run into the wrong, using doctor as just a facetious label, if you run into the wrong doctor and listen to them all the time, you become super negative, super stressed out, and stress kills. Stress kills. So why would I sit up here and just keep feeding you the thing that's killing you? Why would I keep doing that? I need to balance out with dairy. Wow, that's crazy. We're the only animal on the planet that needs to continue to eat dairy after we're a kid. We're the only one. Stop it. No, they're not. And you see how y'all are harping on the vegan portion? I'm talking about it in broad strokes, but y'all are stuck on that. Y'all are stuck on that. You don't have to be a vegan. You do whatever you want to do. I don't care what you're eating. The show is about me. And that happens to be something I'm doing. That's it. Law, we're not talking to the police on this live, so your ignorant law enforcement messages, you can keep these up. You know, it's just one of those things. I mean, he knows that, Trevor. It's come on, he's gonna know. He knows that. So when you let people, you're not, that's why it's like, man, come on, bro. Thank you, Larry. When you talk to people and you're trying to tell them, oh, do better, you're going to be the most hated. You're going to be the most hated because you are not feeding my delusion of what I'm doing, which I'm comfortable with doing. You dang sure not going to get it from another baby's milk. That we know. You told me I need dairy, and I'm lactose intolerant. That's crazy. It's too short to stress. So you could be on here with me. You've been on here with me for an hour. You burned 60 to 75 miles. There's been nothing but good inside juju energy. It's nothing but stuff that if you even chose to take, how many of y'all got it coming through the speakers or through the headset? It's nothing but if you would choose to take this, it would be nothing but make your life better. I'm not going to tell you something that's going to hurt you. And with the vegan thing, I haven't told you to become vegan at all. I just told you I did it, and that's how much discourse we have today. See, this is the jigaboo. This is the jigaboo in here. That's what kills me about y'all. I ain't told you to do anything. I just told you what I was doing, and you have strong opinions on you should. How could you tell me what I should do? I'm just telling you what I'm doing that's making me feel good. You do what you want to do. You do what you want to do. That's your business. This makes me feel good. Moving right along. Y'all stuck on it. That's a fact, Transcendent. That's a fact. That is a dirty fact. Everything you get from animals originally comes from plants. Tom Jones, come on now. Don't get it to him too rough. Don't do that. Don't get it to him too rough. Don't give it to him too rough. It's an old cliche. I'm gonna say another cliche. If it ain't helping, then it's hurting. You can leave it alone. You understand? I just want you to do better entirely. That's all it is. Just do better, bro. That's it. Why? Because if you were to do better in my comments, then I would have more people that do better to converse with. That's why I can't be friends with most of y'all. Because if you're following any old jigaboonic sayings from back in the day, then I don't want to be around you. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't want to be around. What am I going to get out of it? I already know those. I was born into that. That's information I already know not to be true. So why are you somebody I need to be around? I need to seek to be around people who've learned more of the truth, that I can get more of the truth. Now that I know it and I've seen what actually makes me feel better, even in just positive thinking, just thinking about positive things on a daily basis. That simple thought process, I'm going to think about things that help me do better and that are positive, and I'm going to give an effort towards ignoring the negative. That alone is a life changer for me. Before we even think about physical health or mental health at this point. Actually thinking, am I a good friend to Dean or Roshan? Am I a good friend? Am I a good friend to our lady? Am I a good, boyfriend to our lady? Do I support the dream she wants to do? These are the things that I think about. And if I feel anything to the contrary, that I nip it in the bud. I nip it in the bud. And explain to her that everything's an experiment. Do anything wrong. Do anything wrong. I'm not going to pull down what you want to do. That's how you know unequivocally without me having to say it that I'm here for you. I love you. I mess with you. And I'm for you to do better. You can take in what I tell you because you know at the base ain't none of it that hurts you. That's where a lot of y'all get it confused. I don't make no money on hurting you at all. I don't make money on making you feel bad at all. Well, naturally, I would stick to the things that's going to make you feel better. That you would, if you would actually do something that I said, and then you see the result from it, that affirms you staying and talking to me. That's the point. You know, that's why I go for content that is not considered low hanging fruit. When it's low hanging fruit, low hanging fruit is what people do naturally. People do the natural thing that are negative. We're attracted to negative. That's why the newspaper says if it bleeds, it leads, because they know negativity sells. And it's just, I'm just not in that position. I'm not in that mental space to want to do that. Somebody I trust, give me a sound check. They say the sound is going, it's messed up. Someone I trust, give me a sound check. Sounds good on my end. Wrong sound checks get you blocked. That's how we roll. It sounds good. Yeah. Give me a negative sound check and get you blocked. And that's just, you know, that's my view on it. It's about to get interesting. Now, some of the benefits of becoming a Patreon member is you get first dibs. And the call in, I'm about to post. Hopefully y'all have the app if you're the calling link in the Patreon for them to be able to call in. If you want that privilege, make sure you hit the Patreon link, which I'm about to do in a minute. During me talking just now, so that's let's go in here. So let's talk about being happy. Let's see. That's a Patreon link. You can sign up right now. Romaine Lewis unsubbed when I said I was happy. Wow, that's hilarious. I just think that is so funny. It's so funny. Oh, I think I like calling you. Trevor.
Hey, man.
What?
How you doing?
Hold on. Let's show you down here. Hold on, Trevor. 1 second. Let's get this. Say something, Trevor.
Hello?
Now I got you. Trevor, what's going on with you, baby?
Nothing. Nah, I'm happy for you. I like poking fun.
Oh, yeah. I know. No, you didn't unsub. Someone else unsub. They ain't got nothing to do with you. What's going on with you, man?
Nothing. Some things changed in my plan. I went ahead and got a different truck.
Really? Why'd you choose to do that?
Yeah. This truck was $25,000. It just had an end frame done. Just had a transmission replaced. Just had the clutch replaced. Had work to the DEF system.
So you went where more attention was done on the truck. What type of truck is it?
It's a 2013 Cascadia.
How many miles is on the truck?
600.
Jesus Christ. You are a brave man, Trevor.
Well, I figured it just had all that work done to it, so it should be good for another little bit. And there's no after treatment system in it anymore.
Hey, listen, like I said, I breathe life. And if I put it this way, if anyone can figure it out, it's you, bro.
You,
I will say
yeah,
it's not something that I would call ideal, but people have done more with less. Definitely. So
all
I
right.
mean, you got connections too. Everybody don't have connections that you got, bro. Everybody's not talking to the owner as closely as you are. So, you will be
Yeah,
able to handle it.
that's the truck I've been in for the past year.
Oh, so it's the truck you're in,
Yeah,
and you're just working out now. Are you going to work out a payment deal where you don't have to come up with a down payment with your buddy?
yeah, 200 a week.
Oh, man, Trevor, you winning, bro. You winning every way you can win.
I
And
like to think so.
you did a year-long test drive, pretty much.
Yeah, and in that time, the engine did blow, and there was issues with the DEF system, but all that's been fixed in the past 7,000 miles.
And you know the truck. You know the truck.
Yeah,
Like you pretty much got a sense of the truck.
yeah,
You winning, bro. You're winning, man. Next thing you know, you'll be in an Airstream on a lake somewhere, puffing Chiba, chilling.
yeah, van down by the river.
Yeah. I actually looked at I went and looked at some Airstreams, and my God, it was not cheap, bro. It was not
Nah,
cheap at all, bro.
nah, them things is way too shiny to be cheap.
I think the one I looked at was 160.
All right, and you're looking at are you the ones you pull with the truck? That's
Yeah,
all
man.
aluminum on the outside.
Yeah, man, that's the only Airstream they got. Yeah. Well, I guess you can get the
Okay,
Nest.
yeah, I
I
thought.
was I was looking at the classic 33 foot with a projector movie theater in
Oh, okay.
it.
Then can't hide money.
Yeah. That's true. Well, when I get in, I was like, yeah, this is nice. So how much does this cost? Whoa. Hold the phone, bro. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, I think
Sheesh.
I'm gonna get like I need a. I think I need to or I'm gonna get a Sprinter or like a E350, E250,
Mhm.
and just convert it over.
Well, you haven't missed anything, McVani. If you're in the Patreon, did y'all not get the Patreon link showing y'all it says call in link? Y'all didn't get that?
Yeah, it popped up for me, evidently.
Yeah, it popped up. It's right there. It's right there for you to be able to click it.
Is Law getting on any time today?
I don't know what Law's doing today, man. I don't know. Law, you getting on?
Yeah, no, I heard him say something like he don't think I don't like him.
He said that. I don't know. He probably just joking.
In one of the streams the other day, he's like, "Oh, this is probably Trevor, isn't it? He don't like me. Nobody likes me."
That's just him doing light skin whining, bro. He don't think you don't like him. And I know he thinks Donnell don't like him.
I wouldn't have bought a Cummins if I didn't like him.
You came over to the Freightliner. I gotta mute you because you got a lot of wind. You came over to the Freightliner family, which is what you were supposed to do, and it's the best thing you can do. That Cummins stuff they into, man, it would have been a waste of time. So I'm happy that you came over to the Freightliner world.
Yeah, sorry, I had to walk the dog. He has to pee.
Hey, it's better to have a companion on the road, buddy. I appreciate you, Trevor. If you need to get back in, you let me know. I gotta let Transcending in here.
All right, man. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Transcending. Can you hear me? I can't hear you, bro. Something's going on. We can't hear you. Yeah. We can't hear you. We have to kick back out and kick back in, buddy. Big Money grips himself. Ooh, you got the Rolex on. What's happening with you? I'm looking at you.
Stop. Hey, look. Yo, man, what's going on with you, brother? What's going on?
Man, I'm just trying to have a rollie like you, bro. That's it.
Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop it.
Come on, man. You go flash it one time for us, bro. Just flash it one
Man,
time.
stop
Let's see what
it.
you
The
working with.
iWatch? Come on, man. Stop it.
Hey, dog, come on, man. I got one, but my band ain't tipping these out like that. But I got one. What's
Gotcha.
going on with you, G?
Hey, man. All is well, man. All
When you coming off the Wi-Fi in your house, you gotta come get on the mobile network.
No, man, I love your content. I had an issue with the Patreon. What happened was I was on the app. I realized I need to be on the website. So I'm good to go. You know what I mean?
What do you mean
Hello?
you had to be on the website? You had to be on the website to do what?
No, I was trying to do the Patreon through the app. And through the app, I was not able to do it. So I had to log on through the website.
Oh, to actually hit the link.
There you go. There you go. So I'm learning.
You can actually just copy the link and then do it that way. That's another way to do it too. But everybody's phone is different, so it's kind of hard. Everybody got to figure it out for themselves. But other than that, what did you think about the live so far?
I just got on. You was talking about vegan, and people was harassing you, and you was just basically saying like, "Yo, it's not that serious." But I'm sorry to jump in all late, but I do have a question. Can I just ask you a quick question about finance?
Oh yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm not a finance manager, but you can ask.
I know. I think Dean, that's the guy to talk to, right?
Yes, Dean's the man.
Quick question. I got the business. So far, so good. I got people telling me that I gotta spend my money because I'm going to get taxed. I need to have, deductibles. So I'm in the market for buying a new truck. I'm looking towards getting, I'm not boasting, you feel me? Because I'm working on not having a poor man mindset. So I'm looking to market for a 21, Dodge 3500. At least 60,000. I have the money to, to make. I mean, it's gonna cost me $1,000 a month, but I could afford it. Would that be a good move to make for tax deductible?
Well, I mean, like I said, that is a finance question, but this is the thing. When they tell you, oh, you need to spend some money to make sure you don't get
yeah,
right. But what you gotta understand that depends on if you're not trying to buy something big. So on the year that you're trying to purchase something big, you actually don't want to show a bunch of deductions because you want to show that the company is very profitable. On the year where you're not going to buy anything, you see what I'm saying? So on that year that I'm trying to buy a house, I'm not going to deduct nothing because I'm going to make it seem like, look, I'm getting all this money.
I already got the house.
Oh, so you already done this. So now all you're doing is you running up there to get the truck. All that's going to be is them looking at your last 3 to 6 months banks statements.
So I'm good.
Then you winning. If you had some pretty good months these past 3-6 months, then you should be fine, bro.
All right, good to go.
Yeah, you winning, bro. Now listen, I don't know what that actually equates to as far as the deduction after you buy it and all other stuff and gas. That's something you're gonna have to actually talk to somebody who does that for a living for.
All right, good. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No problem, big money. Let me post the truck once you get it, man. Let me see what it look like. You getting a Ford, right? Come on, dog.
Brother, I'm a Ford guy. I had an F-150. I had 2 Lincoln Continentals. I love Ford, man, but I got to get a Dodge. I got to get that Cummins. I got an IS-15 right now. I got to get the Cummins, man. The diesels ain't that good with the Fords, man. The 7.3 was the best. The 6.0, you got to basically work on it to make it good, but the 6.4s and the 6.7s, I've been hearing some bad reviews on that. Come on, I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth on that.
Dog, you can have the prettiest engine in the world. If your tranny don't work, would that matter?
Yeah, you're right about that. Hey, I'm learning, bro. So I'm going to just waste more money on fixing the tranny there.
Listen, you about to learn. You ain't no you gonna be learning. You about to be learning. All right, do your thing, man. Get your Cummins, man. But if anything go wrong, I'm gonna need a blow by blow. I'm gonna have to know.
I'm gonna let you know. Tory Transport gonna let you know, man.
I appreciate that, dog. If you need to get back in, you know how to do it. Hit the private chat. I'm gonna slide you out, but you can still listen.
All right, well, do. Shalom.
Man, these people selling out and going Dodge and Chevy, man. Why? Gosh, trucking with Los. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, bro?
Man,
Yo,
I'm just trying to live like you, bro.
nah, man, you're not trying to live like me, man. I'm in the truck. You sitting at home.
Aha! That's a way to look at it, I guess.
Hey, I'm ready. I want to be living like you. If anything,
Yeah.
as far as people coming to you for the vegan stuff, man, you doing. I look at it like this, man. Like it's like what you said before. You ain't the people that are really rocking with you. You're not gonna steal them wrong. You know what I mean? Like I was watching
Right.
the podcast you made the one day before yesterday. I
Mhm.
missed a few because then I get the notification on the Patreon, and I'm like, watch on the replay. Or like I'm jamming down the road, and I'm like, to jam or to listen to Burning Miles. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna listen to Lady Gaga, or am I gonna keep on driving?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Listen, but if anybody coming at you for the vegan stuff, man, that's just plain on stupid. You know what I mean? And it's like what you said earlier, like our elderly aren't supposed to be passing away at 50, 60 years old.
Right.
You know what I mean? It makes no sense. It's like, and my family runs high blood pressure. Like I got high blood pressure, like a motherfucker. Am I on Patreon? Or am I bad? I didn't mean to curse.
We out here, but you good. You good.
Okay.
You good.
It's like the same thing. Like my uncle had my grandmother. They passed away from high blood pressure, man, and they were like in the 40s and 50s.
What did they eat?
Man, they're in the Dominican Republic, in Puerto Rico. We eating a bunch of fried stuff, man. You know what I mean?
Really?
But yeah, a bunch of high carbs. You know what I mean? We eating 2,000 calorie breakfasts and shit. You know what I mean? Just
Whoa.
be fried eggs and plantain fried, and if not, we're eating just it's just stuff that.
What are y'all drinking?
I mean, beer, rum.
Jeez.
That's it. But now there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people over there that they live to their high age as well. So it's kind of like a mixed. It's a mixed review. It's like my grandmother. She lived to she was 98, and then her mother lived to about her 90s, stuff like that. So it's mixed. It's been
But peep game, real quick. This is because I've asked this question to the person who advised me about health. I say, my grandfather didn't even know what this word meant. He lived to 98. He said, what you got to understand, it's for 50 of your grandfather's years, processed food wasn't invented. So
Exactly.
even if he was eating all those things, they still held chickens and stuff on the farm, and they were legit from like farm to plate.
Yeah.
So it's still slightly different.
Yeah, especially one of my grandfather. He lived to a high age, and they had a farm. Well, they have a farm in Dominican Republic, and I mean they're eating straight from their pickings right there.
Right.
Chicken, they're getting eggs straight from the chicken that just hatched them. They're eating pork. The pigs right there. They're gonna slaughter the pig. I mean, there's no processed anything. So that plays a big factor. And like now on a personal level, now I'm like, man, I was taking my medication to get back on it. I'm like, I don't even like taking aspirin if I got a headache.
Right.
Because I didn't grow up seeing people like my elderly being on medication on anything. Oh, you didn't feel good? Here, drink a tea, take a hot shower, and put this water. Let's put this. You know what I mean? Like just some real home remedy stuff. So for me to like, if I got a headache, I'm like, nah, I'll just muscle through it.
Right.
Or like, with my high blood pressure, they have me on 3 medications, and I'm like, man, I hate taking these things.
Right.
This is what happens. Your body becomes immune, and the medicine they're pumping into you. Not to go into like big pharma type crap, like conversation. But what happens is your body becomes immune, or starts needing that to actually do what it needs to do. Instead of you dieting better, doing a better diet, changing your eating habits, all this, and everything will go back into how it should be,
Right.
how it should function. Instead of taking medicine for for everything.
I feel like that if the fact that you could switch your diet and not need any pill, to me is like news that people really are not getting. They're not getting the fact that people are in bad places with diabetes and they're switching their diets with homeopathic doctors and completely reversing it.
My friend, he drives too. He got his he drives. Well, he stopped driving because he took a like you took a whole hiatus. This man though took a whole hiatus. And he's like smoking weed, riding his bike everywhere, and he's like, "Yo, I've lost like 40 pounds." And that was after he went to the doctor. He was feeling so. He was trying to figure out why he was consuming so much water and peeing. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
much, and they got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.
Mm.
And he was like, I got to do something if I want to live, and I
Right.
got to do something if I want to keep my license, because if you get your, you know what I mean, if they can't renew your medical card, I mean, you're gonna lose your license shortly after that.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, even if you don't directly lose it, you won't be able to use it. You can't get a job without that.
Yeah. So like in the state of Texas, it's like a year, 2 years that you can have that medical card expired. No, 6 months, and they'll cut it. They'll cut it down back to a regular driver license, and then you have 2 years of it not being a CDL to completely lose it.
Mm.
So you pretty much within 2 years you need to figure out your health situation, or you're going to go back to a regular job.
And this is a fact, but this is why I tell people, it's like I got up to 290. That's dude.
How
Once
old
you
are you?
hit, I'm 6'1". I'm 6'1".
Okay, I'm 6.
So
I'm like 6'3.5", but I'm about 280. About 280. But,
exactly, but according to the doctor said you should be the Surgeon General wants you to be 195 to 205.
But see, like you come up the show looking like 190, bro, we're gonna have a problem. I'm like, hey man, what were you taking to get to 190? Because I mean,
he's smoking crack, man.
Yeah, so now,
Right.
that's now another thing is, see, like my girl, she has hormonal problems, so her she don't eat a lot. She don't eat anything really, and she still has some weight on her. So now what we're doing now is in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I told her not to do it, but she wants to do it. She want to go to Mexico, and they're gonna put the little rubber band on her stomach. I know. But everybody's. It's something she wants to do for herself, and I was like, you know what? You got your tax money, right? So you gonna pay for it. I ain't pay for it.
I mean, my
I'm
thing
gonna go
with
with
that,
you support, but I was like, and then she watches the kids, so for her to do workouts and to thing is,
but she wouldn't need to do any of that if she just focused on what she's putting in her mouth in the first place.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. We're legit addicted to food. Like, people think it's the same. No, we're legit addicted to it. If you do something that hurts you and you don't change it and you keep doing it, that's an addiction. That means you know that this fried whatever is gonna kill you and you still can't stop. That's an addiction. It's the same thing a crackhead does.
Yeah. Well, with her is what we've come to the determination is that she has like thyroid problems, and has her like her metabolism is just all over the fucking place. It's not even, it don't make no sense how much she eats versus like her how she trying to make weight loss. It doesn't make sense. And she's trying to work out and stuff like that. I think the only thing with that little band bullshit is that supposed to be like an aid to help. Because now you pretty much you take one bite and you're pretty much gonna be full. So if you like it or not, your lifestyle gonna change.
That's true, but like I said, you can be the perfect weight and be unhealthy. People who are,
oh yeah,
I I have uncles who died of heart attacks that were low size.
Hmm.
Like that doesn't really matter. Like I said, it's a thing that people, they got to make a decision for themselves. But as far as the surgery, listen, man, if she wants to do it, you're doing the right thing. You're going to support her. You're not telling her that you agree with it. You're just saying that I got to support you regardless of what you do. But, you know, all you can say is I would prefer you try to do it in a more less risky way. But if it's what you need, it's what you need.
Yeah, that's what I told you. You know what I mean? So it's not
The
for me now.
risk, bro.
Yeah, I think I already have my reserves about it. I'm like it's like it's a laundry list.
Oh
But
yeah, I bet you it is.
It's a laundry list. But I was like, I gotta let her rock and let her, let her do that for herself. I tell you, I don't think it's gonna be that much of a weight loss, but we'll talk about it in the coming months.
Yeah, hey man, to just keep a close eye to her, look up stuff to make sure that she heals the way she needs to heal, and just have her back. Look, I got to get somebody else in here, Lo. So I appreciate you.
All right, I'll see you later.
Real quick, Lo, I see you. You got a few seconds. Let me see what Messy Curtis got to say before I pull you in, Lo. Can you give me a thumbs up or something that you heard me? Or thank you. You're light skinned. Curtis, what?
See, I got to turn the cam on for this one. Now you gonna put some respect on my name, okay?
What you want? Like, why are you?
I just want to know why I wasn't invited out. While you was out in the Ritz Carlton and out in motherfucking Arizona signing with Spotify and shit. Niggas out here signing record labels and shit. Glowing up low-key secret millionaires and shit.
Who said I was signing a deal with anybody, bro? I went. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened first. I went and sat at a meeting to hear what people had to say. I never told y'all I signed nothing.
Mm-hmm.
How did we get to me signing a deal?
Mm-hmm.
So you think on the low I done sold out?
I ain't say that now. I ain't say you done sold out, but you might have just got your pockets padded a little bit though.
I don't want to sign up for the Illuminati, ain't that something? Nah, bro, no. I ain't did none of that. I just went and heard what people had to say. That's all I did.
Okay, it's all right. You just heard what they had to say. And you happened to get a large deposit into your bank account. Okay, that's fine.
I didn't say I got paid at all. Come on now. I ain't said I made no money. I ain't said I did none of that. That's how y'all do. LoShawn Parks has just entered the building.
What's good, Lo? What's good?
Yo.
But I did want to definitely come on here and give you guys your flowers. Wait, that ain't your flowers.
Okay.
Because I honestly do, even though I do come on here and I talk my mess. But I do appreciate what you guys do. I don't think it's often that you guys do get that that love and appreciation, because you do take time out of your day to, come on here and kick it with us and do what y'all do, entertain, drop knowledge and all that. So it's definitely appreciated. I don't like the fact that, the trolls get I don't want to say get all the attention, but they get more attention than they need, because honestly they're irrelevant. Because you, Lo, and everybody else who comes on this platform come on here for a reason, and nobody can stop that.
Let me tell you why I do troll attention. Number one, I do this for a living, and any subject is a good subject because I need to have something to talk about. That's one. Number two, trolls reflect the jigaboo-onics in people's mind. So I use it as a teaching. It's a teachable moment. So when a troll comes on here and say, they say something like, you need dairy and bacon fat, and then I will respond in a way, because believe it or not, people are looking in the comments and they are they're listening to what those trolls are saying. So some of the stuff is so toxic, I refute it with something positive and something true. So that's why trolls get some. Another thing too is that people who are not don't call in. So the squeaky wheel gets the grease. True. You got to call in. There's not many people inbox me and be like, I won't be calling me, and like, hey, I just want to say what's up. Like they won't call in. So what ends up happening is people who are messy, like yourself, are the main ones that are willing to call in. So we get to that position. But hold on real quick. I got to set the show up. Stay here, Curtis. I'm gonna call you back in.
Yep.
Okay, we did an hour in 30 minutes. Somebody came to me and said they're trying to do away with 1099s. Have you heard something about this?
Yeah, it's called the PRO Act law.
Oh, man. I feel like you're trying to beast on me right now. What's going on with this?
I'm trying to figure out why your mic sounds like shit on the stick, dog. I mean,
hold on right now. Hold on. You know what? Because you had me go in and do that thing, man. Hold on. You had me go in. You said,
change the echo.
There you go. You had me turn the thingy thing on. And remember we was yeah, that's what that was.
You still sound like you're in the damn bathroom, bro. Like, what? You turn the echo off, you still sound like it.
And that's how they do you, dog. That's exactly how they do you.
Hey, a good friend gonna take you when you shit sound bad, dog. Okay?
You're a hater though, so I can't even go there with you right now. But it's all love. I'm not. Hold on. Oh, I'm hitting it. Yo, am I hitting red? But okay, cool. Yes, listen, we're about to go into the Patreon, and unless you want to do it in front of everybody, would you feel more comfortable in the Patreon breaking it down?
No, it don't matter where. I mean, this is the PRO Act law that Biden is trying to put into play.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably important that everybody really knows it, because if you are a 1099 worker, okay, and when I speak like 1099 worker, I'm talking about like if you work for a company and you're 1099 and you don't pay any taxes like upfront, you're not a W-2 worker, then it's going to affect you the most, because they'll be doing away with that. But if you're like a true 1099, so somebody asked me about like the Landstar situation. It was like, oh, so that means like Landstar is going to go away? No, because Landstar is a true 1099 independent contractor who has expenses, who really is working for themselves. So that's not going to go away. But the people who are not true 1099 workers, who aren't working for themselves, who aren't really independent contractors, yeah, that's going away.
But hold on. So you mean all of okay, let's break it down into more layman's term. I think I found it here. Hold on. Let's hit this button. State Policy Network. After California passes the Assembly Bill 5 law, lost a big piece of her income. She works as a freelancer in various roles, okay, including a cartoonist, a copy. So this is not just for trucking. This is like independent contractors, period.
Correct. Nationwide.
Wow. That is nuts. What is the Protecting the Rights to Organization Act, PRO Act, protecting the rights of the organization? Can y'all see this?
Yeah.
Let me make sure I put it in the big screen here. Show it to the let's put it in the big screen here. It says that protecting the rights of organizations, PRO Act law, has once again been introduced in Congress with a Democratic majority in both chambers. As an endorsement of the President Joe Biden, it stands to real chance of passing despite previous defeat. Okay. While the legislation is making headlines, what does it do? Most of the future and these work. The PRO Act law will be banned. The PRO Act law will ban state rights to work laws, strip states of their rights. So if this goes through, there will basically be no such thing as a lease driver.
Right. As you can see down there too, if you went down to the next one, independent contractors lose their independence, also known as likely jobs. So they'll likely lose their job.
So you're saying Swift and all these people will not have a lease program at all?
Correct. Lease programs will go away, more than likely, and people will become W-2 drivers. They'll be company drivers.
I, I don't even know how to act. Like, what should I be even feeling right now? Like, what do you think?
Prepare for it. I mean, I've been talking about it for a while. That these companies that have these, what it is, not what I would call it, but it is what it is. It's misclassification of drivers and just independent people or people in the workforce in the whole, when they technically should be classified as employees. Companies are skipping that to relieve themselves of the tax burden and to put it off on the individual, and then that puts the individual in a lot of tax ramifications, especially if they're not good with money. See, the thing with why most people want to be W-2 workers is because they don't know how to handle taxes, right? They're not equipped to. It's almost kind of like in a sense, it's kind of like a job is basically, even though you're a grown adult, is like the parent to you. You know what I'm saying? They take away the taxes that needs to be paid and they pay it up front for you. So then, they're kind of like babysitting you to make sure that you stay good and you're in good graces with IRS. But when you start being like an IC, it's kind of almost like that part in your life where you become 18 and you leave the house from the parents, and now you kind of like on your own and you got to handle your business on your own. Well, what I'm seeing here in the situation is when people become ICs, independent contractors, yes, it does give you the independency, but I also think that some people are utilizing it the wrong way and creating themselves either one into a huge tax deficit, or one that I could see where the government is looking at it like they want their cut. You know what I'm saying? So if we make everybody laborers under the W-2 provision, then the government gets their money via IRS.
So it's basically a way for the government to collect.
Correct. And I see what Nathan Frank is saying here, where he says, with all due respect, this won't make leases go away. It will, unfortunately, but and that's just the hard reality truth of it, right? So, but you got a lot of lobbyists that are in the trucking space that are trying to, buck the system on this and trying to make it where it doesn't go through, such as ATA, because let's keep it 100. Leases make money, right? As far as, and I ain't just talking about as far as the driver, I'm also talking about the carrier. So they make good money off of this stuff. So essentially they don't want it to go away, because then they got to turn everybody into W-2 workers. And then you start dealing with the ramifications of workers' comp, which is extremely expensive. And yeah, so then you got to take on the tax burden too of that and then you start paying payroll taxes. So I do believe a lot of the carriers don't want this to happen. A lot of people don't want this to happen either. But I mean, we're talking about democratic power right now, and they're all about the work class and the workforce and making sure everybody is part of this unionized thing, and everybody is controlled within a
socialism.
There you go, socialism. So that's what they're about. They're not about people being business people. They're about grouping people into where the tax dollar benefits the Democratic Party.
Right.
That's what it is.
Wow. I mean, so if you were just a regular lease driver, what would you do?
This will probably be the best time for most people to try to, if you was a lease driver, if you got enough money to get up and create your own authority, if that's something you're looking to do. If not, this could back you into a corner where you have to choose between, are you a true, and then they're going to have, these worksheets where indicating if you're a true independent contractor when you sign up for an LLC. And if you don't check mark all the boxes, then you're a company driver. So basically, maybe prepare yourself to being a W-2 worker. And that kind of sucks if you're used to being an independent contractor.
Listen, people, we're going to let people call in and say what they have to say. It will be behind the Patreon wall. I'm not even going to really, I'm going to say what I have to say behind the wall. This is goodbye, Facebook. Goodbye, Facebook group. by Eugene. Okay. I'm still, wow. And the thing is, y'all talked about lease so bad. And let's see how y'all feel when it ain't even an option anymore. Wow. I'm not, nope, I'm about to start. Goodbye, Twitch. That, and Trucker Brown, let me post y'all the link so y'all can get in on this conversation. If you want to be able to see what we talk about in the insider room, in the back room, I suggest you do sign up. That's what the exclusive content is at. The lives do not come back over to YouTube. This is a serious matter, man. This is a very, very, very serious matter. So we'll see what the rookies have to say, what everybody has to say. What you drinking? Fruit punch?
Nah. Body Armor. No, I gotta drink the healthy shit, bro.
And that's healthy.
No sugar. Super hydrate. But yeah, I would say it's pretty good. Natural flavor and sweeteners. Coconut water. Electrolytes. Antioxidants and B vitamins. Yeah, I would say that's better than the fucking Pepsi, right? I'm just saying.
Yeah, people. So I gave y'all. Did I drop the link? Yeah, there goes the link. Hit the link right there. Sign up for the Patreon and come in. You can get in on this conversation. If not, it's a bye.